Update Novi. I'm your host, Sheryl Walsh, and with me today is the Honorable Mayor Bob Gatt. Mayor, welcome.
I'm glad to be here, thank you.
And a very special guest, Mr. Blair Bowman, the world-renowned, Novi-renowned.
Novi for sure, right?
Novi, definitely.
Is there anywhere else in the world other than Novi?
I'm sure there could be. I didn't know your title, Blair. You're the king of so many things.
Oh, the king of somebody. I don't know what you would call me. Fairground superintendent, it seems like.
Today?
Well, for the last couple of weeks.
Sleeves are rolled up, I see.
Absolutely.
So you've been working hard today?
Yep, and that's very much because I needed to when I was just cleaning up some stuff and moving some pens. I got my cuffs dirty, so I had to roll them up.
There you go. Thank you for having us here today. We are, if our audience cannot tell, we are on the grounds to what is being transformed into the home of the Michigan State Fair.
Fifth Third Bank Michigan State Fair.
Fifth Third Bank Michigan State Fair, none other than the grounds of the Suburban Collection Showplace as well.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
But for these 5-6 days, a week almost, really, it is transformed into the home of the Fifth Third Michigan State Fair. So
yes, indeed.
Thanks for hosting. Thanks for bringing
well, thank
it to Novi.
you for being here, seriously.
Tell us a little bit about it. This is the 6th?
This is actually our 5th year.
5th year, okay.
But it's the 4th year as the actual Michigan State Fair because we the first year that we had the State Fair effort on site, it was called the Great Lakes State Fair.
Okay.
So once we actually proved that we actually had some momentum behind us and went back to the state and requested the name, we were able to obtain the actual name Michigan State Fair. Okay. And then of course coordinated and have the main sponsorship with Fifth Third Bank, who's just been a great partner.
So new this year, obviously you talked about building momentum.
Sure.
Got some legs under the Great Lakes State Fair and have a big sponsor now. From what I've seen in the time we've come out here and hosted with you, it's grown and each year gets bigger and better, bigger and better. So what are we going to see this year?
Well, you know, a couple of things that are going to be very noteworthy is that the Midway, which has actually grown pretty significantly each of the last 3 years, they are going to bring in 4 additional State Fair spectacular style rides. The Midway itself grew by about 30% in total size. So that's an excellent addition, and I think something that if at least I understand it too, I think it is now going to be the largest Midway in the state of Michigan. So really kind of an accomplishment in the 4 years that the Arnolds have been doing it, and they're a great, great partner. So the circus also added seating. And of course we added an additional day. Because of the amount and popularity mostly of the animal and livestock and state fair components of things, the 4-H components of things, we really needed an additional day to fit it all in. So we're going to have our VIP start on Wednesday night, and that's going to be a little different. It's going to be in our Diamond Ballroom this year, so quite a bit expanded as far as the amount of people that will be able to come, and then we're going to have the Taste of Novi type of thing and the Taste of the State expanded as it is. And then, of course, we have all the charities come on Wednesday evening, and actually the charity and all the kids from the charities and active military and veterans and their families come and can enjoy the fair free of charge.
That's awesome. Mayor was saying that his favorite thing is the corn.
The sweet corn, yeah. They have somebody sell the sweet corn. Absolutely.
It is amazing.
It's delicious.
And he sells a ton of it too.
He sells a ton of it. And the elephant ears. Can you talk to me about the elephant ears? I mean, are they lower in calorie this year?
Health food. That's health food.
I was going to ask you if you butter
food.
it from the big cow butter.
Well,
no, we do not. We do not.
What do you do with the cow butter after the fair?
Lots of bagels. That's it. No.
Lox and bagels?
Lots.
I was going to say what?
So, seriously, Tom Fitzgerald, who is 35 years, the butter cow carver. He's the butter cow guy. He's such an incredible man to come down and spend the time. He's been here now for 5 days doing the carving and loads the butter on the armature and gets it all set and ready, and they're in the final stages, and he'll throughout the course of the fair do the final touches on it. But what ends up happening is it's a cleanup. It's literally you take heat guns and you get it all melted off, and then we just like all the rest of our cooking oils and things like that, we go through a regular disposal of it. So nothing real sexy or anything. It's just.
So we don't need to have ordinance out here and checking your grease traps or anything.
Nope.
after we're all
None
good,
goes
right?
in the traps. Goes into the barrels and then gets disposed of.
How does your state fair compare to the state fair in the Upper Peninsula? Have you been there?
You know, I've never been to the state fair, but of course, you know, Steve Masters, who's our executive director here now, he was one of the 3 directors of the state fair in the UP.
Okay.
And of course, that is a state-sanctioned, a state-sanctioned event. But at the same time that they stopped doing the funding for the state fair here in Detroit, they stopped the funding for the state fair up there. So what they did is they transitioned by way of an authority, and the Chamber of Commerce, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and the association that was running the fair, they combined to actually a trilogy, a group. They put on the event, and he was one of the 3. It is. Yeah. So he can tell you an awful lot about it. I know that it's very, very successful. It is, because of the geographic location, certainly something that people look towards in the northern part of the state, and frankly, over and even in Wisconsin.
If it compares,
you know what? As far as physically, it's interesting because, you know, they have such a large fairgrounds, right? That they probably are similar in size as far as the amount of acreage and things like that. They may even have more. Most of their, you know, just like we've talked about, most of their parking areas and things like that are fields on any other occasion and things like that. They have a lot of small buildings, right? Where ours, we have the 315,000 square feet all indoors. And then of course we have the outdoor equestrian facility. So a little different.
Enough about the Upper Peninsula. Tell us more about what's going on here.
Right.
Well, you know, like I said, I think the key thing is that we've expanded the Midway. The equestrian arenas have actually been increased in size, and the participation from the actual equestrian registrations are well up, and that's going to be very, very cool to have. In the entertainment area, we're actually going to be having a much larger tent area. One of the things we heard from last year, you're in charge of weather, so I'm assuming it's going to be a little cooler but still sunny, right?
Well,
so we're going to want shade, and so we're going to have a large tent.
You increased the size or the days this year. So when I was talking to the man, I didn't talk about Wednesday. So Wednesday's iffy. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, perfect.
We want the military and their families and the charities to come and enjoy it, so we want that to be good. Yeah. But we're more concerned, I would say, about Thursday through Monday.
It's going to be perfect. Mark my words.
So, and of course we have our now growing in popularity State Fair Superstar Contest, which has just been great.
It's right here.
It is, and you know, our good friends at Providence and also Pepsi help support that in a great way. You know, we've had 2 incredible talents come out of that already, and we're looking at, from what I understand, you know, and it's kept under wraps, and this year it's done a little bit differently. They're actually going to compete and wind down right here throughout the course of the days, which is going to be very cool. And then they end up headlining.
One question.
Sure.
Talent. You know, when I was a kid growing up at the State Fair in Detroit, there was always big names that came, you know.
Sure.
Do you ever intend to attract a Kid Rock or somebody here?
Well, 2 things. Now, you know, as we progress with the expansion of the showplace, you know that one of the things is an event center that's going to be going on to the west side of the building. Right. We have the ability to incorporate in the way that the grounds are going to be very flexible. They can literally transition overnight into an outdoor entertainment area. So I certainly suspect that in the course of any given year in the future, we'll be looking at doing some major entertainment type of thing. But as far as the state fair, we are, you know, this is a very much a different effort than a normal state fair. It is not owned by the government. There's no subsidies. So when in the former state fair days, they would hire a lot of these big named acts, when they would end up having difficulty with weather or other things, and particularly in the end when the attendance wasn't there, they ended up getting themselves into difficulty. So we early on decided not, and of course this is a committee effort. We now have a steering committee that's over 110 people strong, and we have committed not to make it all about the entertainment. This is about family entertainment. What you see is that even when we did have you know, a reasonably strong entertainment lineup and spent tens of thousands of dollars to bring in talent, at night it was empty. Yeah. I mean, it was almost uncomfortably empty, right?
First year or 2, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, and still even to today, the State Fair Superstar is drawing more people in, and the entertainment area is certainly now very vibrant with that, and the Mega Jam, and we're looking very much forward to that. But it's interesting to see the Midway is full, the circus is full, the animal exhibits are full, and you see two hands full with kids, and strollers and things like that. That's what we're looking for, and it's a total family event. And so for us, we're not selling much beer, and we're not having major mega jam entertainment type of stuff going on every single day, but we certainly are having exactly what we wanted, and that is a family event increasing in size every single year.
Nice, nice.
A lot of corn. and elephant ears.
So where can someone find out more information about the
Well, you can visit our
Michigan State
website,
Fair?
which is the MichiganStateFairLLC.com, and it'll tell you everything that there is to know about it. There's discount coupons on sale and tickets on sale there right on the website.
Okay.
We also have a mobile app that's done through Carrot, which is one of our sponsors as well too. So that has a really cool feature on there too this year, that we'll be actually doing the voting for the State Fair Superstar kind of live and
cool.
streaming in the entertainment area as well.
And so we are here Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
And Monday, absolutely.
And don't forget Monday, there's a parade.
Yep.
Oh, that's true.
Thank you
That's
for
true.
reminding me of that.
That's
Yes.
new from last
That's
year.
new from-
Or,
yeah.
well, it was last year.
We had our first effort last year, which was so well received. I mean, again, and we had it planned so quickly, we did not probably get the word out as much as we should. But I think this year, cooperating with the city, getting the word out, we've had a lot of good
Changed the route.
feedback. We changed the route to come down Taft Road instead of closing off further down on Grand River.
Yep.
Gives us the ability to still flow fair traffic and vehicles into both sides of the site, and then just make the turn for the parade route and then come into the main entrance with it. So should be a little bit more logistically friendly and also more pedestrian for viewability down Taft Road friendly. So yeah, very
It's
excited
from
about
10
that.
to 11 on Sunday. No,
Monday.
That's
Monday, Labor Day,
That's
right.
It is on Labor Day.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so Thursday through Labor Day, 10 to...
Hours are on the website because it is a little different, and particularly
Okay.
when you get into Monday. It ends inside. It ends at 5.
Okay.
So we're looking to do there is transition the livestock exhibits out, get them comfortable, and frankly, it is all about the animals and making sure that they're treated well. We transition them out, start cleaning up inside. I believe the midway goes until 9 on Monday night. So. Yeah.
Good deal.
Beautiful.
Good deal. You're going to be here when? Are you on the stage at all? Are you performing?
I am going to perform on the on this Fifth Third Bank Superstar stage. I don't want to say too much, but
Okay.
I singing a little bit.
Okay.
Did you make it through the early rounds? Is that what I understand?
I can't say I sworn to secrecy, but I'm going to do something.
Good stuff.
Maybe.
You know what, Blair? We couldn't be more proud of
Thank you.
all that you've accomplished, not just here with the Fifth Third Michigan State Fair, but everything that you have done and continue to do for Novi and to help us put Novi on the map. It is a one of a kind. When we travel around for mayor's exchanges and things, we see similar entities and
But they're all
and
owned by the
convention centers,
government.
but they're owned by the government, the city, the chamber, something, not a private.
Right.
Yeah. No, this
Privately
is
held.
unique. It's one of the only ones in the country, isn't it?
Correct. Of this size particularly, non-casino based
Right.
and privately funded, we are actually the largest in the country. So.
Cheryl, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Mr. Bowman and his staff here are probably, if not one of the most important aspects of the city of Novi as far as our economic engine. People come to the Suburban Collection Showplace year-round, and they're all entertained all the time, and you're getting bigger. I hear rumors about engineers coming. I hear rumors about all kinds of conventions coming, and this is going to be expanded substantially very quickly. And thank you.
Well,
Thank you for all you do.
appreciate it.
So let's segue really quick before we let you get back to work. You're getting bigger. You are, not you. The show, Suburban Collection Showplace itself,
Yes.
is expanding.
Yes, indeed.
You mentioned a little bit about the ability to do an event, a concert, or some type of entertainment type event. But what in essence are you actually doing? Because I think where we're sitting right now,
This is going to be part of the expansion.
That's what I
Actually, it doesn't reach quite
Not
to this
quite
point,
here,
but
no.
very close. So in the back here, you can see the small building, which has served us well as a warehouse and adjunct facility for years. We're going to be demolishing that, and we're going to be coming off the west side of the building, and we're going to be adding just under 200,000 square feet.
Okay.
So now, and I want to make sure I'm clear, because concerts, amateur athletic events, and those types of things are other things that we can do.
Okay.
We do some of them already, but we'll be able to more particularly do it in this new space, because most of it will be column-free, very high ceilings, which is something that we haven't had before.
Okay.
Now, but the primary reason why we're expanding is the need for a number of our existing shows to expand in size. One of which was so important, which is the Battery Show. And it was a startup out of one of our existing shows, Testing North America, all right? They decided to take it to San Diego, though, to start the Battery Show. They had a good outing there, but they decided to bring it back to us, where it exploded. And literally it took 65,000 square feet the first year. As of the last 2 years, it's taken every square inch of the building. And they told us in no uncertain terms, if we didn't have a plan to expand, they would have to look elsewhere as their growth is going. So that along...
Is that your biggest show?
Well, no, it is not. Now, I mean, it is certainly a major, major show. Now, from a consumer side of things, actually the State Fair probably is now the biggest show that we do. Outdoorama is still the major consumer show that we do. And then Testing North America actually is the largest trade and industry show that we do. And in both of those cases, so literally the world comes to Novi. And TU Automotive is now, that grew by over 30% in size. They will take the entire facility and on into the expansion area. So in all, we have 12 shows committed and 15 shows likely in our first year of operation that will be active in the new space. Now that's just core trade and industry and consumer shows. Okay. Now what we expect to do over and above that is examine what we can practically do from the standpoint of other entertainment components. We can hold large-scale gatherings, major keynote speeches, those types of things that we have not been able to comfortably do because of all the columns and things like that, right? So it'll give us just a host of additional options. And then of course the fairgrounds, I think it was put very well in the Planning Commission process. It's really, these fairgrounds outside of the building are just going to be an extension of the facility and our showplace, going on into the future. So we'll have, all kinds of great things going on outside. We're talking to, and one thing that will be happening in a small scale to begin with, a manufactured housing component along with the home show coming up in the fall. We expect that will transition, and even in the future years outside, we'll be able to put on a whole manufactured housing display that can remain here for a period of time, that people can come and view and view all the models and things like that. Okay. So, yep, just a snapshot.
Very good stuff. And that's going to break ground as soon as this is all cleaned up.
We have a few details, and I mean, literally, as I was walking here, we're working out some things with the road commission and some other permits and things like that.
We're hoping.
Yeah, right now there's really only one little hurdle that we're still working on, and my expectation is that we would be somewhere in that week of the 15th. We'll actually put a shovel in the ground, so to speak, and get some of the underpinnings demolition going, and then we'll be setting a formal groundbreaking shortly thereafter.
And is the goal to have this complete before the State Fair next year?
It is, and we've talked about some phasing and sequencing inside of the building, so at least to get the large box done, right? So that we can move the circus inside, expand some the livestock exhibits, which will be the key things for being functional for next year for the State Fair as well too. Really should be all doable. We are in Michigan and the winter is what it is, but we think that timing should be pretty good, and the contractor that we have on board, Allen Group, and the architects, Bowers and Associates, are doing a great job, so we're very excited about it.
Good deal. Well, much success, much continued success to you, my friend. Again, I will say what I said before, couldn't be happier, more proud that you chose and continue to choose Novi. To do business in for your home.
Well, and it has been our home, but you think back, how unusual of a thing is this? We started this in an old liquor warehouse literally in 1991.
Yep.
A germ of an idea, had no idea what we're doing, and I'm going to still say we don't, but we continue every day to try and do, and it really comes from service above all else. The relationship, I think, has really... there's been certainly some times where there's been challenges, but I think through all of it now, particularly going through this last stage of approvals, I'm just going to say that I think that people have come to the realization that we're here and that we really are community-minded in everything that we do. We really are. And we hope that everybody understands that at the core, I believe that in my core that this is good for the community, and it is something that's a very positive thing.
It's good for the region, actually. Yes. So, thank you for all you do.
Thanks again. Much success this weekend. Weather's going to be great, and to all of you,
it will be.
Come on out to the Suburban Collection Showplace here on Grand River in Novi, and pay a visit to the Fifth Third Michigan State Fair.
She's wearing sunglasses.
I'm totally ignoring you two clowns right now.
I will not wear sunglasses. It's not professional. I'm not going to do it.
Stay tuned. When we come back, Mayor
future's
Gatt,
bright enough. I don't need
the sunglassless Mayor Gatt will help you become updated on Novi.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
You've got me so flustered. Stay tuned.
We did it.
We did it.
Lord.
Paint the town pink. Let's rally together to honor Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Join the city of Novi and Providence Park Hospitals as we paint the town pink. This October, we want you to get creative and decorate your home, business, or school and support the fight against breast cancer. For more information about Paint the Town Pink, including fun decorating ideas, visit cityofnovi.org.
Welcome back to Update Novi. I'm Sheryl Walsh, and with me again is the Honorable Mayor Bob Gatt. Mayor?
I'm pleased as punch to be here.
You're pleased as punch. Pleased as a ear of corn on the cob.
Yeah. I think Blair's looking for the corn on the cob. If you see him in the back there, poor guy.
For those of you that weren't with us for the first segment, and if we bored you to tears or Blair bored you to tears, we're here at the Suburban Collection Showplace on actually the grounds of the Fifth Third Michigan State Fair. Fifth Third
Bank, Michigan State Fair.
Fifth Third Bank.
That's what I'm told. Fifth Third Bank.
Fifth Third Bank, Michigan State Fair, and Mayor's always right. Just ask him. Sorry.
Oh, I'm not wearing sunglasses, so you have to excuse me.
I know.
Cool people wear sunglasses.
You'd get that in there.
Yeah. Why are you wearing sunglasses?
It's kind of sunny out today. Lots of fun stuff going on in Novi.
Lots of fun stuff in Novi, absolutely.
Last time we were here, we were actually down on Main Street and getting ready for Vibe on Main, which was a ton of fun. The bands were great. And here...
I wasn't in charge of the weather for Vibe on Main.
Yeah, you weren't.
No.
So we got to talk to Callan Whitney, because we got to put you in charge of the weather next year.
I usually come through.
And now we're waiting for the fifth State Fair here, which is exciting, a bigger, expanded, and
it's amazing, Sheryl. If you think about the State Fair in Novi, Michigan, 10 years ago, nobody would have, it wouldn't have even come across your mind as a thought. Here it is, the fifth year in a row, and it's getting bigger and bigger and better every year.
Exactly, and they just have a great team, the Shriners, all the volunteers, and most importantly, led by Mr. Bowman and his team. Correct.
That's amazing.
So come on out to the the Fifth Third Bank Michigan State Fair over Labor Day weekend. What else is going on? I read something yesterday, exciting news for everybody, that I-275 is going to finally open
before this weekend.
Which will on the gridlock will be open for all of us Novi people.
And that'll relieve the traffic congestion in Novi that we've all put up with the last couple months here, so that's really good. But the bad part of all that is summer's dwindling down. State Fair, all the constructions are being done. And
I know, but we've got good stuff going on. Nordstrom Rack
opened up a couple days ago.
Which was a crazy, fun, wildly successful event.
Yeah.
We've got Primanti Brothers is going to open next week.
Next week, I think,
A little bird tells me they're going to do the 100 for the 100. So the first 100 people that are in line get a free sandwich every week for the first year.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
So that's going to be...
See, now there's going to be thousands of people in line because I'm sure they're all watching.
They're all watching us.
Yeah. That's kind of cool. A sandwich a week for a whole year.
I know, and I've heard their sandwiches are really awesome.
They're
I've never
from
had
Pittsburgh.
one.
Oh yeah, they're famous
Talk
in
slow.
Pennsylvania.
They're from Pittsburgh. We'll talk slow. I'm not doing that to be mean to any of our friends from Pittsburgh that are watching, but just
Pittsburgh. I was there one time and I saw Jim Leland eating at the restaurant.
Monty Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to ask him for his autograph, but he's.
Whatever. But about the same time, Primanti Brothers is going to open. Crescent Boulevard's going to go under construction. And
Very
although-
much needed, though.
Although it will be a challenge for people commuting in and about that area, it very much needed, as you just mentioned. And the businesses,
We have to start it because we want it done before the holiday season.
correct. And all the businesses were delighted. They know it's long overdue, and so that should get underway here in
And the
September.
holiday season is just around the corner.
Stop.
Yeah, it is, you know.
Stop.
It is. Right after this comes Halloween, and then comes, you know,
Thanksgiving and
Thanksgiving.
Christmas, and then, gosh,
then Santa Claus comes
look at
to
your
town.
wealth of knowledge in the
I know.
calendar.
Thank you.
Lordy be.
Yeah.
Any closing words?
Just that it's great to be in Novi. You know, Novi is an exciting, happening place. Everywhere I go, and I'm not making this up, people come to me and they ask me, you know, what's going on in Novi. And when you sit there and tell them how great it is, how much fun we're having, they're envious. There's a lot of people envious about our great city.
Good stuff. The kids are getting ready to go back to school. Novi schools will be in, and
I think Catholic Central's already in, you know.
I know. Let's talk about what a football game they had
Football
last
game,
weekend.
they
huh?
won their first game
42
Saturday.
to
They were at the
nothing.
big house.
They
and,
were.
You know, I love all the Novi schools, but my son went to CC, so I'm kind of partial to CC. I love it.
Yeah.
I do. Father Huber, Father Elmer, the rest of the group. And of course, they're all knowledge, discipline, and goodness. That's what they're taught at CC.
Okay, we're all good. Okay, go Wildcats. I have to do that for
No,
our
I love the
Novi
Wildcats
friends.
too. Tom Marcus, I had a little breakfast with Tom the other day. He's waving the flag for the Wildcats. He's an amazing person. Remember we did a show at his house last year.
We just do it.
Oh, we could do another one. We could do another one.
I am good. I did enjoy that, but we are good.
Yeah.
We are good. We should send Damon and Josh to Tom Marcus's house.
Yeah, we could.
Because he would be somebody good to get on film talking about old days
Old-
and stuff.
old days Novi.
Yeah, we'll put Damon
Did we ever,
and Josh
you know, Libby Gold? I talked to Libby Gold a few days ago. He's a phenomenal man, 96 years old.
Good deal. We're going to end with that. Liba Goal's a phenomenal man.
Yes, he is.
And someday
He hired
maybe
me, gave me my
it may
start
be
in
the
Novi.
Fifth Third Michigan State Bank Liba Goal State Fair. Who knows? Someday.
Wow, those are big words.
Thank you all for joining us for this edition of Update Novi. Until next time, have fun. Have a piece of corn.
An ear of corn, it's called.
An ear of corn, because the mayor recommends it, that and an elephant ear. So you can have an ear of corn, an ear from the elephant, and you are all good at the state fair.
That's right.
Have fun and enjoy.